noche quiero, quiero la noche de amor. Dame tu mundo, dame, dame tu mundo para mí. Quiero una noche, quiero una noche de pasión. Oh, mi vida consentida, quiero quiero la noche de amor. Dame tu mundo, dame, dame tu mundo para mí. Quiero una noche, quiero una noche de pasión. Oh, mi vida consentida, quiero
Hey, get a haircut.
Thank you.
Can you see me? Can you see me, guys?
We cannot see you, but we certainly can hear you.
We see it. We see a dark. It's dark. It's like looking into Bulldog's soul.
My camera's on. Hold on.
I beg to differ.
Can you guys hear me at least?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, sound fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, all my audio equipment's in hell too. So
should I roll like this or?
I think we're gonna roll like that.
All right, sounds good.
Absolutely. We are good. Welcome back, everybody.
It's my rental computer.
At the beach.
That's where AJ is, at the beach.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, I am.
New sponsor here.
Oh,
Valentine Ale.
oh my God, that's an oldie. That wasn't even around when I was around. That was when was that? When was that done? Probably 40s or 50s.
Oh boy, 50s and 60s, I imagine. Maybe into the 70s, I suppose. But there we go. Speaking of the 70s, here's our theme song.
Yay!
Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack.
How are ya?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, I feel a little naked, no headphones, no microphone. All of my gear is.
I'm trying to think who you look like with that short hairdo. It might be Joe Flynn.
I was waiting for Cary Grant or
especially when you do that.
Maybe Brad Pitt didn't enter your mind. Instead, he goes for Joe Flynn.
Well,
the Henke.
That's a compliment, right?
It's a compliment.
He was awesome.
They called him Old Iron Butt or something.
he looked the same for 50 years.
Well, that's true.
So there.
Have I emerged. With the glasses. Yes.
Very nice. AJ, how are you in the cave?
What's
You
up,
all right?
guys? What's up? How are we doing?
All right. This is welcome to the telethon for AJ's falling down the well, and we're raising money to
get him out of there.
Buy a fire hose so we can roll it down to him and pull him out.
We need the ditch witch. We got to get him out of the well.
Yes, boys. I'm at the bottom of the well. We're still doing a show, so we're good.
You are dedicated. Well done, young man. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know why he's in the well? Because he heard that the big one's going to land here. Look what I found. This is great. Did you know that food in unopened containers is safe to eat after an atomic explosion? Also, food that has been in a closed refrigerator. This is a news item I found today.
They're covering the waterfront, as they say.
CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they got nothing on us here at the Jack Henke Show.
That's for sure. Hey, we do have news in Cedarburg, and AJ will be glad to hear this as well. I don't know what I did with today's paper, but our friend Super Todd managed to get the bike race reapproved for next year. AJ,
awesome, great stuff.
It is.
Every palm has been greased.
Our uncommon council has said yes.
Awesome. Anytime you can get something rehashed for next year, it's awesome. So it's awesome.
That's right. It'll be, a few modifications. Nothing's ever perfect the first year.
All right.
If it is, then it's got nowhere to go but downhill.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Literally. Yeah.
Actually, if I were on a bike, I'd prefer to go downhill.
Okay. And AJ was at Mel's Charities event on Sunday.
Oh, the car show was excellent. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Mel. They always come through with the pulled pork Sammys and the old fashioned cars. So it's all good. It was all a good time.
I would eat both. I'll eat the Sammy, I'll eat the car.
I thought he was going to say old fashioned Sammys and old fashions.
Well,
my daughter has a bone to pick with Mel's event because her coffee shop, Amplify Cafe, located in Port Washington on the main track. That was Sunday, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. She came back. She had the morning shift from 8 a.m. to noon. I picked her up at 12:03, and she was a shell of her former self. It was so busy. Your car show blew everything up. Oh my gosh, she was swamped, and she made mountains of money. So
yeah, I was going to say, hey, come on, it's America. Yeah, and AJ's still locked in a trunk. That's where he is broadcasting from.
I'm in the trunk of the I'm in the trunk of the old '78 bus, Volkswagen bus I saw the other day.
Nice.
That was his favorite, right, AJ? What was?
It was a '78 Volkswagen bus.
And why is that? Why was that your favorite out of all the cars and hot rods and all that?
Because I watched that '70s show as a kid, and that was the main.
We lived it, baby.
That was the main mode of transportation was the van with 24 windows. So.
Very, very cool. Excellent.
70s show. How about that? How you want that for that 70s show?
What is that?
That was from my Montgomery Ward or JCPenney catalog. About
Shut up.
83. Yeah.
Get off.
Jammies. Those are your jammies, Jack.
Those aren't my jammies.
I put those out. I got to do fashion photos for Patty's. It's Patty's on today. I wanted to discuss.
If they're not tie-dyed, they ain't mine. I ain't wearing them to bed.
Some of the new styles, yes.
Nothing comes between my tie-dyes and me, as Brooke Shields said.
Yes.
AJ, have you ever heard of Brooke Shields?
Yes.
Oh, good. All right. Then you're allowed
Blue
to
Lagoon.
keep. I never saw it. Any good?
Well, it's a terrible movie, but it delivers what it promises.
The softcore king of Ozaki County.
They're oh no, the town mothers are upset.
Oh, very nice.
King is in trouble.
Go on, keep it on the charitable theme. I've got another thing. Last night, I attended a meeting at Mr. Bob's office or conference room at the Ozaki not-for-profit center, and getting everything in order for the big night. It's Saturday, September 14th. AJ, you're going to be there?
Yes, I'm going to be there.
With the big-time Bokinis.
Yes.
Lisa and Doug, the power couple, are coming.
We'll be there.
While we were there, I was checking out the mic. And it's going to be, they have a maximum. They did ask me to say, and because they're putting out in their communications, they're going to be sold out. And so it's not a huge room. It's 160 people max, and they're already well on their way. So if you want to attend, and who wouldn't, then get your shit together. And
I gotta call Mr. Bob too to reserve 3. So
okay, yeah, you gotta do that right away. I thought you had yours already.
No, I should have. I didn't see him last time I was at Mr. Bob, so I gotta call him.
Okay. I met with, Leslie and Dave from Mr. Bob's.
Oh, yes, of course.
And have you met Bob's daughter, Amy?
Yeah.
She was there. And Casey, who's a very nice person, but she's religious. So, but.
It was great. I got a picture of the spread for the big gala.
Yep.
So this is what we're doing.
Look at all this. There's a cornucopia of Jello molds. Looks like.
I'll take that.
Get your tickets now.
I've seen the pineapple one. What was the tower standing? That one too?
That's got to be. Well, that's fondue in the back.
Yeah, but what's right to the in front of
what is that? There's like marshmallows on top.
Yeah,
and it looks like frozen spaghetti in water. It looks like someone. The one nearby is peas. The one closest to the front. So that's exciting. Look at all those
peas with lemon garnish. What the fuck is going on there?
That is.
Sorry, I can't make it to the holiday dinner this year. I have anything else to do, but I appreciate the invite. Besides, you're religious.
Right. Wash it down. Refreshing, non-filling.
Oh boy.
There you go.
All right.
So that Mr. Bob's Gala is big, and it'll be a hell of a night.
Less than a month away. I think it's like just 4 weeks from Saturday. So Saturday, September 14th, I believe it's 5 until 9:30.
Yes.
So it's not going to be a late night, just be a great night.
Isn't it 6 till 10?
No. I just told you I was there and I got all the details. You're questioning my details?
No.
AJ definitely questioned his details.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can hang on. It's official if it's not in my handwriting. Leslie put out a thing here.
Now, if you boys need dates, you might need dates for this. So it's a gala. I got them lined up for you here.
Okay, AJ, oh boy. I like the cat on the wall. That's cool. And the guy's head is right where the whiskers look like the whiskers are shooting out of his ears. Hey, AJ, it's 6 to the auction winnings are now collected at 9:30. So it's 6 to 9, probably it'd be closer to 10, but it's not 5:30. That's what time I have to be there is 5:30. The festivities 6 to 7, check in. Find your tables, visit the auction tables, activities, bar service available courtesy of Jeff's Spirits on Main in West Bend, I believe. Wine, beer, soda, water. There's going to be available for cash or Venmo. There's going to be a
wine, beer, soda, water is my favorite beverage.
I know, mine too. It's called a mixed drink. Wine pull. I had to ask what a wine pull is, and what it is for $20. There's like a wall of wine, and you get to pick a bottle and you pull the bottle. That's why it's called a wine pull. Online auction. All the items are available right now online. You can go and look early. Auction will end at 7:45. There will also be a 50-50 raffle. $2 a ticket, $10 for 8 tickets, $20, 20 tickets. For $50, you get arms with the tickets there.
You know what's great is it beats the raffle you had recently, Jack, the 90-10 raffle.
Yeah, 90 for me, 10 for you.
That's
good.
Anything beats that, no.
6:15 appetizers. 7 to 8:15 buffet dinner, courtesy of the Distillery in Grafton.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dessert and coffee. And then Mr. Bob's going to do a short presentation.
And
then, nope, no band, but you know what they have for entertainment?
These guys.
They're having from 8:30 to 9:30 comedy sports.
I hired these guys for them. Is that going to be a problem?
It looks like comedy sports, something they'd wear. So comedy sports is going to be doing a thing, and it's going to be a great night.
Yeah.
So, Saturday, September 14th, AJ, it's 6 to 10. It's not 5:30 to 9:30. I told you.
And all you Badger fans, you can drown out your sorrows after watching the Badgers get their tails kicked in. Is
that a prediction?
Yeah, it is.
I don't
know if it's a prediction as much as it will be a fact. So I don't know.
Well,
I'm sniffing a big upset here, AJ.
I suspect we're getting into AJ's sports report. We're aggressively going in.
AJ Sports and Gambling next.
Absolutely. I have to back off, gentlemen. I have a few things to produce and plan on the show here. Patty's got a video to play, and I got to prep Dr. Ben for 6:30. So it's been fun, but
Patty's got a video. Out. Oh God, Patty's got a video, Bulldog.
Yeah, she asked me to put something together for her, so I'll probably pop in when it's time to roll it.
Okay, she's coming in at 6. So AJ, you better get cooking. She can hang on for. She can hang in for a little sports. What do you got going on, AJ, in the world of sports? I got big stuff for you today.
Oh, I got big stuff too.
Good.
I got big stuff too.
Good. Go ahead.
So we'll start with the Brewers tonight.
Okay. What's your prediction for is it a 3-game or a 4-game with the Cardinals?
3-gamer.
And what's your prediction for the series?
2-1.
In favor of?
I think the Brewers will get the first 2 and the Cardinals will get the last 1.
Okay.
Which will make the lead 12.
Okay.
It's 11 right now. All
right. If the Brewers drop all 3, yes, is it panic time?
No.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Listen, until it gets under 5, we're all good.
Okay, good. So what were you going to say? I interrupted you. I asked for your prediction, but you were bringing up the Brewers, so go ahead, please.
Yeah. So they got Tobias on the Monday night, so it should be a good night. He's been very consistently successful, so should be a good night. And 6:45 first pitch. And we'll see what happens.
Okay, so a little less than an hour away. Are you going to watch the game tonight, AJ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And you're feeling good about tonight. Tobias Wolf has been a revelation, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tobias Myers has been a
Myers. I keep saying
yeah.
that there's an author, Tobias Wolf. Sorry about that.
Tobias Myers has been a little known secret weapon for the Brewers, so it's
And
been good.
he's bounced around quite a bit.
Yeah, and he's only 25 years old. He's been in 6 organizations since he was 19 years old. So
Wow. Okay, he didn't get a complex. He just keeps going. Good for him.
yeah, and imagine being 25, being in 6 different employers, and you stick with one, and it's like just the right fit. So
Sometimes that's what it takes, right?
right, exactly.
Okay, so anything else about the Brewer? I have something else about the Brewers.
Go ahead. You got the power rankings, right?
Yes, the power rankings. Today it was from The Athletic.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
want to guess? Do you want to guess the top 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In
let's
any
go.
order. They keep changing the first 3 or 4. They're always the same.
Let's go. O's.
What, are you going from the top or from?
No, top. This is from the top.
Okay.
O's.
No.
No.
They have. You want to keep guessing or no?
I'll just keep guessing and then
Okay.
you give them order.
Okay.
Yankees.
No.
No.
I was surprised, actually.
All right. You know what? Just go for it.
Okay. Number 1, Dodgers. Number 2, Yankees. Number 3, Phillies. Number 4, Orioles. And number 5,
Brewers.
yes.
Oh, that big market bias for those top 4 teams, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it had a thing, AJ, about they always have a good angle. That's why I like the Athletics rankings. They don't just pick the teams. They'll say like this one should be an all-star. Or today it was who is having a sneaky good season for that team. And it's not ever the most obvious one. It's not the superstar or someone, but it's someone who's really making contributions to the team that flies a little bit under the radar. Would you care to guess who that would be for the Brewers?
Maybe, I'm going to guess Joey Ortiz.
That's it. You got it. I'm shocked.
I love it.
They said he's really his average is only like 248, but they said he really gets a lot of good at bats. I love the way he plays third base. He's my favorite Brewer. I think
his
I told
glove
you that
is
before.
outstanding.
Yes.
He's outstanding. Just flies around. He and Bryce Durang are my 2 favorite players, and just the way they play defense and attack the baseball, because that's one of the reasons they're so good at their defense. They don't care about errors or anything. So
It's been so long since the Brewers have had a good third base. I think the last good third baseman was Sal Bando.
Yeah, you're probably right. And
Who was on the World Series team? I can't think of who the third. Don Money, maybe. Dollar Don.
Don Money, yeah.
Yeah, he could play anywhere. He was good. But that's a long time ago. That's 40 years ago.
Yeah, I like the little known fact here, Jack. If the Brewers would not be as good if they hadn't changed the rules to baseball, and I'll explain that in a minute.
Okay.
They took away the shift.
Yes, thank God.
So you can't shift your defense anymore.
Yeah, that was killing the game.
So the athleticism is back in the game now. So you can steal bases. You can play behind second base, play different places at second base, and it's good. It's fun. So
Yeah, that shift came on kind of suddenly, and then it was like nobody was doing it. All of a sudden, everybody was doing it.
yeah, right.
I guess that goes for any sport. It's always a copycat thing. But boy, that just sucked the fun right out of the game.
Yeah, it really did. Now the athleticism is back in the game. Now you're going to see guys with 60 steals. Bryce is probably going to hit 55. That's my prediction. He's got 39 right now, so it's probably going to hit close to 55. And then who knows how many De La Cruz in Cincinnati is going to end up with? He's got 60 right now.
Yeah.
So who knows how many he's going to end up with? I mean, Acuna had 70 last year, and we thought that was big.
Yeah.
De La Cruz can end up with 80 for all we know.
Yeah, he's a player.
He's a player, but they don't win. So
yeah, well, he can only do so much.
yeah, right, exactly.
AJ, about the Brewers, you just made me think of something, and I lost my thought. It'll come back. What do you think, AJ, about? Oh shoot, And another baseball thing. Hang on. What are we doing here? Oh, I was going to ask you because you're so high on Terang,
Yes,
and
sir.
rightly so. Are there better second basemen in baseball than Bryce Terang? And if so, who are they?
No, there isn't one.
There's not one.
He's at the top of the list.
You factor in offense and defense, yes.
I mean, if he hits for 250
Mm-hmm.
and keeps the glove the way it is, I see no reason he should not win the Gold Glove this year. I know he's a leadoff hitter, and you don't like the fact that his on base percentage is kind of low, but look at what he does when he gets on base. He's an automatic double because he steals 35, 36 bases already.
And he really improved his offense from last year to this year, yes.
And he's only 23 years old. He's
Pretty
only
good.
23. My brother said it best. The Brewers are a feeder system for other teams because you're going to eventually have to pay all these guys.
I know it. Don't make me mad.
I'm not going to make you mad.
You just did.
Sorry. Sorry, brother.
Tell your brother he's right, but I'm still mad. Yeah, we're gonna put Bulldog in a cannon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
All right. So Brewers, there's 60 games left, I believe, or 6 weeks left, not 60 games.
6 weeks.
There's 6 weeks left. And
like
what
39 games or something like that.
What is the lead right now, AG? Is it
11?
11? Okay.
Yes, sir. 11.
So,
11. Little known fact, though, they're only a half game behind the Dodgers. Or
okay.
one game behind the Dodgers for the second spot.
And the Dodgers have a lot of pitching problems.
A lot of pitching problems. Walker Buehler being one of them.
Yeah. What happened to him? He was so good.
He was
killed
so
us
good
in the NLCS.
Like the arms and stuff. His arm just got shot.
That's too bad. I hate to hear that. I really do. Even though he's a Dodger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And there's a big series coming up, Jack. Mark your calendars 3 weeks from today or 3 weeks from Monday.
Okay. Who is it?
Brewers Phillies coming to Milwaukee.
Have they been here yet this year?
No.
Brewers went there and got smacked around.
They lost the series like 6-3. The score was they got swept, but I think they lost like 6-3 in total runs.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a thing on the Cardinals. They had this, even though they were 500 recently. I think they're a couple games under right now.
Yeah,
they had the lowest run differential of any of the winning teams because all the games their wins were really close.
Yeah, right.
How come? What happened to like Goldschmidt and Arenado? I love Arenado. He's a great player.
It's called one thing, Jack. Old.
Are they? They're not even that old, are they? Really?
Goldie's old. Goldie's older, and they play athletic. They play athletic positions. So I mean, I don't know how.
First base?
No, I'm saying Arenado.
But
Arenado, remember he won like 10 straight Gold Gloves now, and Ke'Bryan Hayes is just taking over that position. So
who?
From the Pirates, he won that Gold Glove last year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, Joey. Yeah, now that you say that, they've both been around. I remember when the Brewers had Prince Fielder and Ryan the Cheat.
Yeah,
what was his name?
Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun now gone,
Yes. Goldschmidt was back on the Diamondbacks then.
Crushed us.
And then Arenado was on the Rockies when the Brewers played them in the playoffs, like the next year, I believe it was.
Yeah, right.
More recent year.
And then they both signed contracts.
Yep, with the Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't happen to a more deserving team.
Oh, yeah, right. Tony was so lucky that year.
Yeah, well, they won. All right, now, enough. So baseball is looking good. You're feeling good. Things are going the right direction.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Then what do you think of the opposite of the Packers where they laid that stinker? I know it's preseason, but you still want your reserves who are trying to make the team, allegedly, to do well.
Allegedly.
And nobody did. Actually, Hopper, I guess, did. Is that his name?
Tyrone Hopper. Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Yeah, they said he had a good game.
Did
you watch?
They looked like They look like them. I don't want to say this because this is sound really bad. They look like the first half of the Longest Yard movie.
Yeah, that's really
When-
bad.
When they didn't know how to play football. That's what I mean. Clifford looked terrible.
And Pratt didn't look any better.
No offense, but he looks. I think Jack, they're gonna have to bring another quarterback in.
Well, I was just going to ask you because there were calls in the media that they should get Tannehill.
Yes.
You like that?
I do. In my opinion, this is my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In
Wait
my
a minute. You're not humble.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm not humble.
Okay, go ahead.
It's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Clifford is gone. Pratt makes the team, and they're bringing Ryan Tannehill.
Well, Ryan Tannehill is going to make a lot of money because a lot of teams don't have good backups, and they're showing out right now. So
Yeah, but
I don't think can't believe I'm saying this, but the Packers.
I don't want to. If I'm the Packers,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. If I'm the Packers and I say the rest of my team is good because it is, and I need a solid backup quarterback to save my season if for some reason something happens to Jordan Love,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting the ball in the hands of Sean Clifford or Pratt for that matter.
Right. What do you think? So you think they're going to get somebody else?
Watch this name, Jack.
Oh.
Carson Wentz.
Well, they'll have to spend money to get one. If it's him, that's fine. Do they have salary cap room? I don't know what their salary cap deal is. Do you?
I don't know exactly, but I think Carson. Someone would take a veteran minimum to go back of Jordan Love. I think.
If you pay a veteran minimum, that's what you're going to get, a minimum veteran.
I know, but the point is you need a veteran.
No, you don't need. I'm done with the veterans. The veterans clunkers. I would say veteran, yes, if they're decent.
You need someone to catch the. You need someone that can catch the ball, like not catch the ball, but like
throw it.
Throw the ball.
I know, and not choke.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else to be said about the Packers?
No, we're good. You're
going to watch the preseason game on Saturday?
Oh, I have it's at noon, right?
I don't know what time it is. AJ.
I have a Mel's event in the morning, so I will see.
What are you doing?
Muscles for Mel's.
Oh, that's right. I can't do that. Damn. That's another.
Me and my buddy Mike Rickers are going to Muscles for Mel's.
Good. You have to represent me. I
will. I got you.
Okay. That's Saturday. Muscles for Mel's is going to be at Foreman Fitness in Grafton.
Yes, sir.
They're having classes for the public like at 9:30, and then 11 o'clock. There's going to be a powerlifting demonstration inside the gym, and it's going to be athletes from Mel's Charities affiliation. So it'll be a great event.
Yeah,
this Saturday.
Be a great event, 9 to noon. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, we're good. We covered it all.
Okay.
Oh, Jack, do you mind since I'm not on the air with you tomorrow,
mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I talk a little about where I'm going to be tomorrow?
No, wait a minute. I'm going to bring Patty in so she can hear it too. Hello, Patty.
Hello,
Patty. You can't see my face, but I'm on the air.
You know what? I saw you on Sunday, and over at the Mel's tent, and I was going to come over and say hi, but you were surrounded by people and talking, so I just
see. He's big time in you too. He's big time in me, Patty.
Hey, there's no big time. There's no big time in here. I was with the Cardinal fan, Jack.
I know.
You were very engrossed in talking, and I thought, well, I'm just not going to disturb him. I'll walk on by.
Wow.
But I saw you.
Nice.
Okay, good.
Way to go, AJ. All right. Now, AJ's got a big event coming tomorrow, Patty. You wanted you to hear about it too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
So I will be speaking for 90 high school, varsity, and JV football players at Stevens Point Area High School.
Wow.
And your agent is going to be escorting you. Is that correct?
My agent and my agent and the boss.
Ooh, the A team. All right.
Yes.
So AJ, what time of day is this going to happen?
Practices at 3:30 and dinner's at 5:30.
You get to stay for dinner?
So I get to speak at the dinner. Yeah.
Oh, what's on the menu?
I'd have to ask Coach Ryan.
I don't care. What are you going to talk about, AJ? Give us a little preview here.
So I have Jack, I have a video that goes with my presentation.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to play the video and we're going to have 20 minutes of Q&A.
20 minutes.
The video is 12 minutes and then the presentation, the Q&A can be 15 to 20.
15 to 20. Are you gonna, if someone asks you a question and you don't like, you're gonna big time them like you big time me and Patty, or are you gonna answer?
Oh no. I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
No, there's no big time going on. It's gonna be interesting because there's a lot of with 90 kids at a school like Spash. I don't know if you know, Spash is only sophomore through senior. So, I think it's still only sophomore through senior.
AJ, is that a bunch of schools coming together up there? Is that why it's called that?
Stevens Point Area High School. No.
Okay. Well, so it's one high school. It's a big high school, isn't it?
It's huge. It's the biggest in the state.
Wow. And you're speaking tomorrow. Cool.
Yes, sir.
What is your goal for speaking tomorrow? What would you like to leave them with? What to be the number one message?
Impact one person, Jack. One person. That's it. If you touch, I got this from my roommate today, who is in the group home with me. He said, if you leave there and you touch one life, you did something right. So, impact one person. And I don't care who that person is. It's just going to be one. Because that's all it takes. So,
I've heard you speak. I think it'll be more than one, but.
No, but I'm just saying if I touch 1 or 90, I don't care. By the way, we will have wristbands for all the players. So it'll be
wow. Wow.
Yeah. So.
I didn't get a wristband. Did you get a wristband? I didn't get a wristband.
Not.
I thought you did. I got you, Jack. I got you. I got you guys next. I got you next time I see you both. So.
What about Patty?
Not me.
No, I said next time I see you both.
Okay. Oh, good. Good. Well, I'm sure it'll be a very successcul thing.
My wrist is a little cold.
I got you, Bulldog.
Thank you.
I got you, Bulldog.
What a whiner. He comes on to whine. No, I thought that was the freedom from divorce.
Yeah.
I'm stark naked below the elbows.
I'm not going to touch that subject.
Yeah. Well, you and naked in the same sentence is no good no matter what you're talking about.
Right.
Let us all remind everyone of AJ's big show, The Sports Mafia, can be found on this very network.
No programming note. No episode tomorrow with the big show. So.
Yep, it'll be this weekend.
Go watch your rerun.
Sunday, probably.
Sunday. Okay, good deal. All right, we're going to turn it over to Patty. AJ, you want to stay or are you going? What are you doing?
I'm going to go because I have to have dinner.
Okay, well, good. Go have dinner, get to bed at a good time. Don't be out too late.
I love it.
Is that a cake made out of 90 hot dogs representing each one of the players that AJ is going to talk to tomorrow?
Yeah. No, that's what they're going to feed. That's what's on the menu tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, there's the menu. All right, AJ, great job.
Bye.
Go get him. Break a leg.
Yep.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, AJ Bocchini, the one, the only. Had trouble with his camera tonight, but other than that.
You got a massive haircut.
I did.
Yeah.
Massive?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty
I don't think I've ever
word for great clips, but okay.
I don't think I've ever seen your hair that short.
Well,
he's getting ready for Halloween. He's going to be Joe Flynn, a great character actor.
I have a date this weekend, and I want to make sure I impress.
Oh
my God, yeah.
Oh yes.
And I'm growing mine. you're shortening yours, I'm growing mine.
Absolutely. You know, Patty, since you're our fashionista, our fashion coordinator, our fashion
Get ready, Patty.
correspondent, I was wondering, there's got some dispatches from the line, and apparently this is coming back next year. Jack sent me this. He was wondering if maybe you were interested in, a part of your, and then at bedtime you throw this on,
Mr.
So,
Wonderful.
just wondering. And, we want to cover everything. So we have hair rental.
I love the line. You know it makes sense.
Yes.
They were at. Where'd you get your haircut, Bulldog?
Oh, that would be Great Clips in the Dales, Grafton Dales.
And in Great Clips, they just follow you around after you cut. They shave off all of your shedding, and that's what they bake the wigs out of. The hair rental.
It's true. We don't know what happens after they sit there with their little sweepers.
Yeah,
they're reselling our hair.
with their little sweepers.
My God.
They're going to make jewelry out of it.
Jewelry. What? Oh, segue. That's very graceful, Patty. I don't
They seriously used to make jewelry out of hair. And a matter of fact, in a lot of the women's magazines, they would have lessons on how to braid the hair to fit into lockets or to make chains with the hair. And yeah.
Really?
And just so happens some woman, I think out east, is trying to bring it back.
Yeah, we talked about this when
right.
One of Bulldog's many. You must have been on vacation again, Bulldog.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were talking about it. It was making me cringe then, and it's making me cringe now. Thank you. I'm so glad since I haven't seen it on either Elle or Vanity Fair or any of those things that it's not coming back. Please tell me it's not coming back.
No,
she's
not coming back.
Okay. Good.
She's not doing well with it. No.
Good.
But there are other male jewelry trends coming up. So
okay. All right.
Well, we can talk about on the air. Are they clean?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Say hello to my little friend.
I just had a really naughty thought. Okay.
We're here for.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it so easy. So, the rise of bro brooches. Yeah, bro brooches are in big time.
That's kind of what AJ's throwing around.
Well, have you watched any like of the award shows and watched the guys on the red carpet? They're wearing these big either pins that are flowers or big geometric kind of pins. They're called bro brooches, and they're big and popular.
I haven't seen those.
Yeah. So
is that replacing?
These guys need one.
No. Yeah.
That's what's his name.
There we go. It's a new
that guy's awesome.
Yeah, so the bro brooches are big. They're coming. They're redefining masculinity. It says.
Is that Patty replacing ties because ties are so?
No, actually, they're wearing them with their ties, or doing it as a jabot. You know what a jabot is? You know?
No.
All right. Well, have you ever? No, you probably haven't. Have you ever seen there are these tie pins?
Is that like a jabbet?
Yeah, same thing. They call it jabot.
Okay. What is it? What is a jabot? Please.
They go into like scarves or you know how.
Oh, ascot.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Ascot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they would put them in the ascots or even lapels or whatever. So this whole bro brooch thing is just kind of like they said, redefining what masculinity is. And
are you a fan of this trend?
I think on the right outfit, it could be really cool. And
what about with this shirt?
No.
What about with that haircut?
Fine.
She didn't even hesitate, Bulldog. And that's one of your better numbers too.
Just grow it out just a little bit more, and you got it made, Jeff.
So, Maybe less buttons. No.
No.
An ascot.
Well, so is this going to be a trend that like is here today, gone tomorrow? Is it sticking around? What are you seeing?
It'll probably be gone tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. So hurry in to Dorothy Galoon, get it while it's still hot before you miss it. You don't want to miss this trend, right?
6 hours.
You know, I reported a couple of months ago that that guys were wearing pearl necklaces.
Yep.
Because that was big, hot, and heavy. I've yet to see a guy wear a pearl necklace. So
Where was I? I saw one in person. Yeah, I can't remember.
So, Patty, a brooch is like a big pin or something. It's like a big, okay. Interesting.
So yeah,
edible.
So that's the big fashion thing for guys, and then one of the big jewelry trends for this year coming up, and it's really no surprise. Frankly, it's not very creative either.
Oh boy.
Can you see that?
Oh boy. 'Tis the season.
Yeah. So some company.
Yoked.
It says pre-order this season's hottest necklace. Yoked.
Did you say yoked?
Yeah.
That's a Swedish.
Yeah, that's a yoke there. Yoke. Is that so? Vote is that big, Betty? Have people ordered it from you?
No, thank God.
I'd like one. Could you get on that, please?
Oh, thank God. I'm surprised they don't have the letters in enamel of red, white, and blue or something.
It's nonpartisan. That's nice.
That's right. Just make it. Whoever wants. And then there's people like me who don't like either one of them. So.
Right.
I want a response necklace that just says "eh."
I just put nope. All right. So that's
I think that's really ugly.
It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
There's nothing to it.
So and then Jeff, did you get that video? Mm-hmm. I want to talk about this.
You got it. Sure. Do your preamble while I fish it out.
You mean preamble?
That's the one.
So, you know how we've been talking about laboratory grown diamonds and how now they can grow them in less than 4 hours.
Yep.
I mean, they're really going to town with them. Well, now Toyota is unveiling a collection of diamonds that are made from one of their cars.
What?
And they have a little video here that shows you how it's done, and it's
here it comes.
Is it real as rare? Real as
rare.
Roll it, Lester. Here we go.
Yeah.
I like the music.
And lo and behold, look at that.
What? What? Ooh, I like the sound effect.
The CHR wasn't just inspired by a diamond. It became one.
Whoa. Take that, De Beers.
Yeah, right?
Search CHR Diamond Collection. Toyota.
Wow.
That's kooky.
No, that's not love has many facets. I don't know what is.
I love it. I think it's after years and years and years of Toyota making these lame ads. That one,
The ad man likes it.
Yeah,
The ad man likes it.
it's
I think the whole concept is dumb.
I love the line. It doesn't look like one. It actually became one.
You know, I had a 83 Ford, like 84 Ford Escort hatchback. I'd really like to convert that to some sort of jewelry. I wonder what I could make out of that.
So, but I don't know if you guys got what was going on, but they were taking parts of the car
Yeah.
and they were putting it into this huge fire, and the high temperature, high pressure, of course, is what creates a diamond.
Right.
So from there, they.
Yeah,
Superman did that in Superman 3. He held that coal and then he made a diamond for Lana
Lois
Lang.
Lane.
No, his other squeeze, Lana Lang.
Well, he has things for L's, and he likes alliteration. Evidently.
Wow. That's the Superman clip he did.
Boy, I've missed you guys.
That was the Superman movie on Showtime at 2 a.m.
I just forgot what it was like in the gutter. Now I recall. I remember all about it. Well, that's very cool. You really came. You had brought little gizmos. You had all kinds of shit for us, Patty. You had photos. You brought a little video. Well done. You deserve a sausage cake.
Thank you. Oh my God.
And that's not code. Yeah.
And here's your dessert, a bratwurst cannon.
Ooh, hey. She might be getting that.
How is Mr. Wonderful these days?
Speaking of,
We're back on the old schedule. Henke show, dinner.
Mr. Wonderful is very happy he got a new toy.
Oh, wow.
He just bought
For couples now, right?
What?
Oh dear.
Not that kind of toy. But anyway, no, he called his favorite toy provider, Bob Burmeister,
Ooh.
and bought a brand new, spanking new tractor with front end loader. And boy, he's in hog heaven, we'll say.
Oh, wow.
What was he
Excellent. Hey, did you know this, Patty? Mr. Bob's? You're going to the thing, right?
Yeah.
You know that I'm emceeing that thing? Did you know that?
Good.
Yeah.
That's
So we'll have to we'll have to have some tractor jokes in there. Some Mr. Wonderful references.
Not a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
tractor jokes, Jack. I don't know.
Do you want to bet?
I very rarely. Well, I shouldn't say it. I do have my female moments, but it's like I try not to, but I do. But I was like, we need a brand new tractor.
He listened.
Seriously.
Oh, it wasn't a question. Oh, I thought you were saying you need a brand new tractor.
The suckers are so freaking expensive. He told me and I about fell off my chair. I'm like, what the hell? I go, that is super expensive. I'm like, do we really need one? He's like, well, how are we going to move all the wood chips and stuff? Well, with the old one. It's spilling oil. We'll get it fixed. I did.
Wow. The part of Mr. Wonderful will be played by Patty Gloon Hansen tonight, as well as the part of Patty Gloon Hansen will be played by Patty Gloon Hansen in the Patty Gloon Hansen Theater. Did you hear how the voice went? Whoa, whoa. I'm sure he saved his allowance.
Oh, well, I know he's gonna have to.
You should have told him you can have the tractor as long as you also buy this.
That's how he brought it up to her.
Yeah.
honey, I got something new for us. And she's like, whoa, I like you. And he goes, and here it is.
Something new for you, something new for me. It's all fair.
I think it's, sitting on that big ass tractor, I think makes him feel really
Virile.
Virile, yeah. Gets him going. Gets his motor running.
So he like hop on in the morning. He's just on the tractor like all day long.
Yeah.
I would. I understand.
Got to make hay while the sun is shining.
What?
You got to make hay while the sun is shining. That's how
it was. I came home. I don't know. Did you see that video of me shoveling all those wood chips and I fell in the muck?
There's a video of you falling in the muck?
Well, it was after I fell in the muck and
you got to keep the cameras rolling.
Okay. Well, so I had this.
Was it in Arkansas? You were looking for diamonds?
No, but we need to go. They found another big one. Okay, I digress. So we have this trail that the snowmobilers go on, and it's kind of low. And with all the rain that we've been getting, it's like flooding. So we've been chipping up trees that have, came down in that last snowstorm. And then some tree guy said, "Oh, Michael, do you need more? I'll bring you some stump grindings."
Another bumpkin.
So we have these.
Yeah, that guy sounded a lot like Mike.
He's about a better caliber of friend.
We have these huge piles of stump grindings, and Michael goes, "Okay, let's go out. We'll get the tractor, we'll pick it up, put it into the gator, and then we'll drive the gator out, dump the gator into the low spots where the water is." Okay, fine. Well, in some places, the water was like just under my knee, and I had these boots on, and I was getting stuck in the muck, and I'm trying to walk, and I'm sinking. And I'm like, "Michael, I'm sinking." He said, "Well, hold on. I'm like, "No, I can't. I got to get out of here." So I try to walk, and as certain as I do, bam, flat on my face.
I thought you were going to say you walked right out of your boots.
Muck smells.
Oh.
Just give me that countryside.
Live footage from the Hanson house.
There's Patty.
There you go. But let me tell you how bad muck smells. It smells horrible. Now I'm plastered with muck from head to toe. And of course, Michael thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. So I said, "Well, okay, take a video of it."
So I said, "Okay."
I said, "Jewelry person during the week, muck filler in the weekend." I had to come back here to the house and then drench off with the hose because I couldn't go in the house. And I took off one of the boots, and there in the boot was a dead slug. Tell me I didn't freak out. Oh my God. I was like, "Oh."
You are my wife. Goodbye, city life.
I love you, big lug, even though he got me a slug.
Yeah.
Like
That's the best Hallmark card I've ever gotten. I love you, big lug. Thanks for the slug.
So now he's got this tractor, and he's out there all day on it. I come home today at like around 4:00, and he's out there on his tractor.
Oh my!
So many worse things he could be doing, Patty.
I guess.
He really is wonderful.
He is, but God Almighty.
Has he named it yet? I mean, I think
Has he what?
Has
Named
he
the tractor
yet?
Has he named it?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to.
No.
He really loves it.
He didn't tell me, but I'll ask him.
It's a personal thing. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
I know I've named the whole thing, but we won't go into it.
My dad had a station wagon he called Bessie.
There you go.
Bessie?
Mm-hmm.
Flossie.
No, Bessie.
Oh, Bessie. Why?
I'm sure it was a Freudian slip.
Oh.
No, it really was Bessie. I was like, "Oh man, you're crazy," and it was. Anyway.
I had
Bessie and Flossie are here somewhere.
There we go.
There we are.
Yeah.
Well, Patty, any other news? Any other dispatches from the trenches of muck?
No, except if you know anybody who's wanting to buy laboratory grown diamonds, tell them to come see me.
There we go.
Up a storm of them. Yeah. I feel like lab grown diamond central in Cedarburg.
Excellent. That's great.
Sound like
I
a bad
thought-
date.
So,
Yeah. I thought you were going to say if anyone wants to buy a semi-used, almost new tractor.
yeah. We
That's
have
what I
a
thought.
used one. We have a used one for sale if you'd like to buy it. Let me
You'll
know.
break his heart.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
he can't use two, so he's got to get rid of
But
one.
that is great though that you're doing business with those lab diamonds. That's fantastic.
I'm doing a heck of a business, actually a hell of a business. And I did something that I don't know if I told you this, Jack, or not, but I did something that I don't normally do. Is I got controversial online. I was on LinkedIn, and all these diamond people were just piling on our
Lab diamonds.
the lab growing sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. The creator of that, and right now his name escapes me, but anyway, whatever, that happens a lot lately. But they were just piling on him about lab growing crap, and I was getting so pissed because Tom Chatham, that's it, thank you, I knew it would come. Tom Chatham is the pioneer of developing laboratory grown gemstones, and they were just piling on him as far as, this is terrible and blah 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 blah. And so I did something I don't normally do. I reacted and I said, you know what? Tom Chatham should be applauded because he is a pioneer in this industry. And as jewelry professionals, it's our job to tell the customer the honest truth, not the crap that's being put out there by so many different people, and let the customer make up their own mind. It is not for us to tell them what to get and what not to get. Just tell them what it is and then let them decide. And
How many four-letter words fell into that?
and then this guy from New York, who's a professor, a gemology professor, wrote back and messaged me and said, if everybody would adopt your attitude, we wouldn't have the problems we have. And it was like, oh my God.
There you go.
Well,
you gotta do what's right, Patty. You did it. That's good. We're proud of you, kid.
Thank you.
that's the way to do it.
Yep. You bet.
Excellent.
So there you go. That's it. That's all I got. I don't have any more.
All right. Well,
Well, that's a lot.
It was a lot. You go check on Tractor Tom out
Yeah.
there. Make sure he hasn't driven into the creek.
If you guys want to come by and see the tractor, I'm sure he'd be happy to show
I
you.
want to come drive it.
He'd probably let you.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
And you wouldn't want Bulldog to drive it. I can just, there's disaster written all over that one. Yeah.
Pop wheelies.
Yeah, Pop Wheelie's right. It's got a roll bar.
I don't know what that is, but I want it.
Well, like they have in dune buggies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so there we go. I can pop as many wheelies as I want. Fantastic. Cool. All right, Patty. That is Patty Galoon Hansen. She is our.
Thank you, Patty. Good to see you.
Unsafe breaks herself. So the title's open.
Fantastic as always. Good to see you, dear.
I have to always figure out how to get out of here. Oh, here we go.
There's no way out.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adios. Patty Galoon Hansen, who is
Bringing
happily wedded woman to Michael and also wedded to his tractor.
Yes. Yes.
I can
Yes.
feel it sounds like.
It's a family thing.
That is awesome. I thought that's so cool. I hope in my retired years I buy a tractor. I won't have any land. But I want a tractor.
You can still get a DUI driving a tractor.
Can you?
Yep.
What about a riding mower?
I think that's what the guy got nailed for. I think that's true.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
George Jones used to. Tammy Wynette took the keys to the car because he couldn't go to the bar, so he took the riding mower.
George Jones was
He
not going to be. He was not going to be denied.
He was thirsty.
What was his drink? Do you know?
Yes, all of it. Yeah, but no, it was not. I don't think he was terribly discerning. Is it liquid? And does there a little skull and crossbones over it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man! Well, that was a show. We got Dr. Ben coming up here. Canned. It's canned Ben. Not fresh.
He's pretty funny, and he knows the shit.
He's gotten very very broadcasty lately.
Yes.
A little
Yes.
French.
Oh,
You can
It took this long.
there can only be one in Ozaukee County.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry.
only one. There's only one you. That's for damn sure.
Well, yeah. Let's see here. Once I get it uploaded, he's just going to roll. So, anything else you need
Okay.
to add before we?
Not on the air. Just yeah. Mr. Bob's thing is Saturday, September 14th.
Yes.
5 to 9, as AJ correctly, 5 to 10, or 6 to 10, as AJ correctly said. And there's Muscles for Mel's this Saturday at Dr. Ben's place. We talked about that a little bit in this upcoming bit.
Nice.
And with Mel's Charities being getting all the money for donations and things.
Do they have spectators for that? I mean,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And everyone, the public is welcome, and you can come and do a class. They suggested if you're going to do a class, because they have like 5 or 6 different exercise classes. They have seniors exercise, they have yoga, they have a boot camp, they have mobility, they have all kinds of them. And $20 you're in, and that $20 goes right to Mel's. And then the classes start at 9:30. Then at 11 is when Ross and Quinn Natal, the young man who made that sign right behind you, and Andy, they're going to be doing a powerlifting demonstration at Foreman Fitness. Yeah, at 11 o'clock. So if you can make it, it's a great thing. I got to work, so I can't make it, but it's going to be a good thing. So do try. Try. All right.
Cool.
I once you put on Dr. Ben, I got one thing I got to tell you before I forget.
Off the air?
Yeah.
Oh.
Off color. No, it's not off color. It's on off the air. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to call because once Dr. Ben gets rolling,
okay.
It's kind of taking over. So just but let me get that file rolling here. This is the most recent Live Forever with Dr. Ben. You watch the show, you'll live forever. And
we did it Friday. It's relevant. It's timely. It's really good.
All right. Here comes everybody. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Should be an interesting show. I'm not going to say a damn thing. I'm just going to say
yes. Don't miss it. It's a surprise.
Okay. I won't miss it. See you soon, everybody.
All right. See ya.
Right.
Yep. It is a rare day. It is the day that Ben is exactly on time. I'm not getting any last minute text saying, be there in 5, hang in there, or whatever it is. Ben is I have to admit, not only on time, he was early. He beat me to the studio today, which is unbelievable. It's right on the dots right now. We're doing great. And we are here to talk with the main man who knows everything. Just ask him. No, he knows so much that can help you in many ways of your life. You'd be crazy not to listen to him. So here he is, the one, the only Dr. Ben Quist. Ben.
Thanks for that wonderful intro, Jack. That's awesome.
Well, you are. I was thinking the other day, Ben, you have had such an impact on my life because I hear your voice all the time. I said it to we were in Costco. My son's visiting this weekend, and we were in Costco yesterday, and we were looking at this. They have all this stuff says, it's 15 grams of protein, even though it was like a pepperoni pizza cracker or chip or something. Yeah. And I said that you think that was healthy, but Ben says if it's in a package, don't get it. So pretty much
you gotta watch out now too. And I mean, my topic today is not on nutrition, but
okay.
I can't help but you just kind of hooked me with that protein statement. There is protein hysteria going on right now, and the food companies go through these little things where there becomes like a different, like one study comes out about something that this particular food helps with heart disease. Then suddenly on every single label, you'll see, that particular food added to it. Or in this case, protein has been really pumped up lately. And so now any food that has protein in it is good for you, right? I mean, even has a bunch of other crap in it, so it's just funny,
Yeah. Arnold had a thing. I know you get that newsletter too.
Yep.
Is too much protein not a good thing? That was one of the subjects this week.
So Arnold, I don't think he actually looks and reads the studies or anything. But whoever puts that material together for him, quoted one study on individuals that have kidney disease and then their longevity and how much protein they were eating. So I don't think that was really the best study to be like, well, protein. See? Because the great majority of individuals that truly study longevity have ding protein as the macronutrient that accelerates aging, so, and that's where I've come to kind of sit as well is that you need the amount of protein you need, which is a lot lower than many people think. If you listen to, Dr. Attia or some of these other, very famous people who are, maybe read one book and they're like, oh God, protein's so important, and they're just pushing it, where I have people who are getting recommendations. I had a middle-aged woman that came in who was trying to eat a little bit healthier, and we're just talking a little bit. Her lifestyle physician, and this is a fantastic doctor, but gave a recommendation of the same kind of protein intake I used to take in when I was a 22-year-old bodybuilder when I weighed 230 pounds. So it's just like that might be a little bit excessive. We need what we need. We don't need extra.
Right. Okay. Well, cool. I hijacked the
you always do that. You always get me talking about nutrition.
I can't help it. It's on my mind all the time. Every time I see something that looks misleading, I hear your voice, or I think about things all the time. So it's like, it's your fault that I hijacked.
Well,
so it comes back to you.
And it's hard not to bring it up, because it's just like anytime you go into any place that sells food, you just see how much corruption and misleading information is on all that packaging, and it just gets me, But
yeah, me too. You got a convert. Okay, where did you want to go today, Ben? Now that I've gotten us way off course.
Well, I was hoping to talk a little bit about my email this week, and the YouTube video I did are on exercising your core. And I did this video specifically for one of my friends, because I have this one friend who's kind of my weightlifting partner now. So,
is this the guy you always said 45 minutes is all we have to do? I'm going to kick your ass for 45 minutes. And
he usually wants to work out for like an hour and a half or like 2 hours. I'm like, well, you're not really doing it right then. If you can do strength training for 2 hours, you're not probably working out intensely enough. But he also is obsessed with doing core. And to him, what core is core means sit-ups. It means sit-ups. It means leg lifts. It means crunches. It means anything where you're flexing your spine forward is kind of his way he identifies core. And I think that is a very common way a lot of people, when they think about, I got to strengthen my core, and they start thinking about all kinds of different things to do where they're doing like sit-up type activities. And so I'm like, and him and I always argue about this because as a licensed physical therapist and someone who has, trained, hundreds of people and worked with hundreds of patients, I think about core very differently. So I'm like, I told this friend of mine, I'm making a YouTube video, and it's specifically for you.
Dedicated to you.
It's dedicated to you. So we just launched that video on our channel. It's actually, I'm going to send it over later.
Great.
But when you think about core, there are different muscles in your body that are meant to produce movement. They're meant to move limbs or cause active movement. And there's other muscles in your body where their primary function is to cause stability or to cause you to not move, right? So we can get the difference, right? Stability versus movement. And typically the muscles that are on our arms and legs, so at our ball and socket shoulder joints, ball and socket hip joints, and the hinge joints of the elbow and the knee, those muscles are all movement muscles. They typically produce, that's how you run, that's how you walk, that's how you lift up a package with your arms, right?
Right.
But in most athletic endeavors, and actually most of the things that you're going to be doing that are like yard work orientated or different things where you're trying to move your limbs, the muscles of the core are actually muscles of stability. They should not be flapping around in the breeze, like something you put on your laundry line, right? They are supposed to be locking your core solid so that you have a stable base to move your arms and legs. And that's what I always try to get to this person. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing crunches and sit-ups and that kind of stuff. But to make it like a half-hour focus of your workout, in my mind, is a complete waste of time. That's just one little thing to check a box on, because it's much more important to work core exercises that produce stability. And we can go over a couple of those really quick.
Yeah.
And my favorite quote with this, when you think about like someone who's about to start to sprint very quickly down a track, or like an Olympic athlete, we saw a lot of that lately, runners and whatnot.
Fantastic.
And if you look at their midsections, there is no movement happening there. They are like rock solid at that core, because otherwise they'd be flopping backwards and nothing would be produced. And the quote that I like about that is, if you have a weak core, meaning, or a core where you're not good at stabilizing at your spine, it's like trying to fire a cannon from a canoe. So imagine trying to fire a cannon in the water on a canoe. You're screwed, right? You have to fire that cannon from rock solid ground. The more solid, the better, right? Sometimes you have to put the cannon down on all its feet to make sure that, you know, it has the stability to produce force. And really, that is what the core is for. It is for producing stability around your spine so you can do forceful movements through your limbs.
Very good. Yeah, the core, I'm always, and I get caught up in it too. I think people think, oh, it's like there's a core class. And you think all you're going to do is sit-ups and crunches. That's when people say core, they mean abs. That's what they're thinking of. But the core is it from your chest to your knees, Ben? Is that what do you consider your core?
I mean, there's a lot of different kind of like explanations for it, but usually like hips through shoulders, you know, so your torso is kind of your core area. And when you look at the forces that you have to stabilize against at the core, if you were to only work sit-ups or flexion, that's only one type of force that the body has to go against when you're out in the world under gravity. There are really 3 different kind of forces you have to be able to stabilize against. And that would be the forces of something coming at you, you know, so that would be the anterior forces, which would be all the muscles in the front of your core. You have to stabilize against, you know, things that are pushing you forward or, you know, coming on the backside. That'd be all your posterior chain, your hips, your lower spine muscles. And there's rotational forces, and there's also side bending forces that you have to stabilize against. So, so forward, backwards, side to side, and round and round. You have to be able to stabilize against all those. So you should be trying to pick exercises when you're setting up your routine where you are having something that addresses all 3 of those, the stabilizing forces at your body. So if we're looking at forward, backwards, we're going to be looking at things like planks, right? So planks are really great for working the front part of the core in a stable position. If we're looking at, you know, backwards, we're going to be looking at back extension or some of those different things that work those posterior spine muscles, or even like a deadlift is a fantastic core, posterior core exercise. Things like you probably have done these before, Jack, Palloff presses, where you're pushing some type of weight out straight and then you're stabilizing. That works rotational stabilization. And then my favorite core exercise of all time is side bridges. And side bridges really work to stabilize the lateral part of your core against side bending forces. So you need to be incorporating all 3 of those different kind of movement patterns into a routine that's going to address that area.
Is a side bridge, Ben, is that a side plank, but going up and down?
It doesn't
touch the floor.
The most important part is when you're in a side bridge position is that you can maintain a stable position. So side bridge in its most basic form, you're coming up on your elbow and your feet, and you're kind of in a side position. And you want to just stabilize in that position. And then you can add things to make it more difficult, and you can add movement. But most people should be working towards getting 2 minutes at a side plank on each side before they even worry about doing anything different.
2 minutes?
You should be able to do a straight regular plank for 2 minutes before you even worry about doing anything else. You know, so we need to have these kind of like, you need to lock all that in first before you start getting all fancy. You know, and everyone wants to get fancy and they get bored. And they want to do, you know, but let's get the basics down first, right?
Fundamentals.
The fundamentals.
Fundamentals. How often should you be side planking in front? Like if you said you should be able to do a 2 minute plank, how often do you recommend per week? Something like that.
You know, so if you have someone who's a beginner to strength training, sometimes it's kind of cool to just work on moves that stabilize at the core before you work any of the stuff for your limbs, because you need to get control of that spine first. And that when I see even sometimes experienced weightlifters in the gym and I see them losing their lower back position when they're doing different things, it either means that they're not strong enough to do the movement pattern that they're doing, or they haven't done enough work at those stabilizers, or they don't have motor control to be able to control the movement. So they have the strength, but they're just not mentally controlling it. You know what I mean? So, so sometimes as a beginner, it's great to just work some of these moves in as their own workout. Because you could pick 4 or 5 different core moves that work on working everything around your entire core and do that particular routine 2 to 3 times a week before you move into some of the moves where you're using your limbs, like a squat or a standing bench press or whatever you might do that would be using the limbs where you need to stabilize at the core.
So core in a workout, core first.
So there's different theories on that too.
Yeah.
And so let's keep addressing the question you had before. So
okay,
you either do it as its own standalone workout, which you would do 2 to 3 times a week. That's great for a beginner, and many times that's where we're focusing when we bring new clients into the clinic or at the health club. If somebody is already an experienced weightlifter, normally they're throwing those core moves in on the days when they're working, you know, the other movements that kind of are in that area as well. So like if someone was doing a push day, so like doing, or a day where they're with the anterior part of their body, that's the day they put it in like the planks or the crunches or different things that are hitting the front part of the spine. You know, when you're working a posterior day, that's the day, you know, when you're doing your deadlifts, you put in the back extension or a bird dog or a Superman and put that stuff into the routine. And you would want to pepper that throughout, but there really is no wrong way. But I would want to address all 3 of those different destabilizing forces the human body has to kind of handle at least once a week, you know, preferably maybe even twice, possibly. You know?
All right.
And then you got another good question. What was the other question you just said? You said
where in the workout, if you're doing a multiple workout,
that's,
where should the core be last? Does it matter, or I mean, should it be first before you do other things? What do you think, Ben?
That's a really good question. So there's kind of 2 different ways you can think about it. You can either put the core exercises first, like you could do a plank and a side plank and a bird dog, you know, and maybe some type of rotational pallet press or whatever. You can put that stuff first with the thought process of activating the core and getting it all fired up and charged up and ready to go, which is called priming. Or you could put it after the like the meat and potatoes part of the workout, because you don't want to tire your core out too much before you get to the meat and potatoes. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're going to be doing heavy squats or a lot of leg stuff on a certain day. If you're going to do the priming approach to core, you might do a little bit of core first, but not like maximal. You don't want to take it to the point where you're totally fatigued at the core and then move into your squatting stuff. I'm totally fine with that. I think that's a great way to do it. And sometimes I program that way. Or if you're going to just absolutely burn out the core, you know, completely, then usually I would put that at the end.
Okay. So like either like a warm up or a burnout.
Yeah, either warm up phase, or it'd be like at the end, because you don't want to be. You certainly wouldn't. The worst example would be you do a bunch of stuff for your lower back, you know, and then you go in and to do deadlifts, and then your lower back is tired. You can't stabilize position. You end up injuring yourself. So
don't want to do that. Okay, cool. Did you say you had something you wanted to show today, or do you want to talk about specifically, or no?
No, I mean basically that's what we're talking about.
Okay,
we're talking about the core today.
Okay, I loved one of the first classes I ever took at Form Fitness was your track attack. Saturday mornings. It was an hour, I think, from start to finish.
Yep.
But you always, if I remember correctly, always started with, you call them floor exercises, if I remember right, which are the what do you call this? Legs out to the side, fire hydrants.
Yeah, fire hydrants
and lifting the legs and hip circles and all that stuff. And man, that always got you fired up. That you know, when Saturday morning you're a little stiff, you're moving, it's been a long week, you sitting a lot at work, and all of a sudden, boom, Ben hits you with that.
Yeah, so, no, that was, I mean, God, we were doing that stuff pre-boot camp. I mean, it's funny, like all these boot camps or Orange Theory or stuff that's come out, you know, and some of them have that stuff in there, some of them don't. But really, Track Attack was like a predecessor to doing large group personal training or, you know, boot campy style stuff.
Right.
It was a good class.
Yeah, it was. It was great. We had you get the people who just get addicted to it. You know, I was addicted to it. We were there every Saturday. It was great.
Yep.
And you have a core class at the gym. I know it's on mornings at 5:30, and then there's some later, I believe, in the day as well. There are some other options. And I know you've had a bunch of different trainers through the years teach it. And they've all, it's interesting because there are so many core variants or exercises that you think, oh, we're going to do the same thing. It's never the same. And
it's incredible. Your imagination, or then new equipment comes out that helps, you know, do the core in a little different way, you know. So that's one of the fun things. And it's one of the things that's kept me interested in the fitness field, is that it does constantly, there is ways to learn new things or bring in new things. And everybody's a little bit different as far as what they're going to kind of emphasize. So that's kind of fun when you go to different people's classes.
It is. It's cool. One thing I remember, like 5 years ago, I was doing a lot of road biking, and I was having my hands were going to sleep. You know, you're on the bent over all the time and blah blah blah. And I remember saying, "Oh, do you guys get that?" We stopped at a thing, and I said, "Do you guys get that where your hands go to sleep?" And I said, "I don't know if I do this." And this woman says, "You just need a stronger core. Your core's not strong enough to support you through a long ride." So I was like, "Oh shit! I guess I got to do more. I got to do more of that stuff."
Yeah.
But it was very. I remember that specific. I can like clear as day. You know, she was just like, "Oh God, she's right." You know, so it affects everything, doesn't it? It's like one of those things it's functional fitness. Even
it's kind of one of the main. It's one of the main, and it's one of the reasons why. So lower back injuries are the number one injury that most people will have in a lifetime. If you look at like, are you going to hurt your knee or your wrist or what most people are going to hurt their low back. 80% of the population has a major lower back injury at least one time in their lifetime. So
80%.
Yep.
Wow.
And usually most people have multiple lower back injuries through a lifetime. And that's where the core just comes in so importantly. Not only having a strong core, but having the motor control or the thought process of knowing when you're in proper position at your core and when you're not, and that's a lot of what we do with personal training at the health club and the studio location is we just teach people how to control their core position, because when you don't control your core position, that's when those really, really intense injuries come up, especially at the lower back. And I'm sure many of your audience people either know somebody or have had this injury themselves, but a bulged disc or herniated disc are two of the most painful, basically crippling injury processes you can have many times because you just can't move. You can't stand up straight. You can't tie your shoes. You can't bend forward at all. It's awful. Everything hurts. Just trying to get out of bed hurts. You can't go in your cars. You can't flex forward. It's an awful injury pattern. And that's why when I do my YouTube videos, I typically really focus on the deadlift as a move of caution. It is a great exercise for the core, but you just have to be so cautious with it. And if you are not really controlling your core position well, and even we see this even with athletes, we train a fair amount of athletes. We train the entire high school system in Grafton and train athletes at the health club location. And, many times even younger people can injure their lower back. So they'll come from a different facility where they've been injured several times. And that's because the trainer or whoever is running the programming is allowing them to move at their spine while they're doing the deadlift. And that is like in my organization, if I see a trainer do that, I pull them aside and we have a real intense conversation because it is so easy to blow a disc. Those injuries heal with you for a life. We're vulnerable to having it again. And normally you always have some stiffness in that area where it's never going to feel completely normal again.
Right.
I don't mean to be a bum. I'm not trying to bum you out.
Well, when you start talking about, you can tell when someone like me, I cringe when you talk about back pain because when I was a kid, I was in a car accident and my mom was driving and I didn't feel anything. In fact, she was taking me up. I was on the junior varsity basketball team. So she was taking me up. It was a game night. It was in the winter. Somebody blew through a stop sign, not going very fast, but slipped on the ice and hit us sideways. We get spun. We go into the side of the stop sign, whatever. We were like a block away from the school. And so the police came in and they said, well, if you're right, you can go to the game. I just walked over to the game and I played that. The next day I could hardly move.
Wow.
And I was here as 15 years old and went to this orthopedic surgeon or orthopedic guy. And he said, you've torn ligaments off your spine, the base of your spine. Yeah. And, but I will always be forever grateful to him because he wasn't like, let's operate. He said, surgery is an option, but it's not something we're going to look at. It's something. So he did it through rotation, a combination of exercises to strengthen so that they will reattach, and then it happened. Like you said, once you get it, it happened 2 or 3 more times to me through my early 20s. When I was doing one time, I was just running in the grass and slipped, and that was it. But the thing is, when you start talking about it, I started cringing. People have been through it; they know it.
Yeah, anybody who's had that, which is I would have to say probably the majority of your listeners probably have had a back injury. So and that's why I, especially with younger people, like even my own children, like the things that I focus on them for weightlifting, and I have kids ages 9 through 14 right now. What we work on is that they're able to control their core position with their lifts, because that's even something where I'll see sometimes personal trainers or coaches that are working with kids where, the kids are even a little bit older and they're still doing those movement patterns wrong, in the high school gym. And it's like, that just can't happen. So even with my own children, I'm trying to get that incredibly good foundation of having motor control at their core and having the core be strong enough. And it's just a really important thing. So I urge your viewers, if you want to hear me babble about this a lot more, go to our YouTube channel and check out the newest we have there. We go through the form on all those movement patterns. Even something like a straight plank might seem like, oh, it's so easy to do, but in the video, Jeremiah and I talk about all the common areas that we see where we normally have to cue people to get them into perfect position.
He's really good with coaching core. He's taught me I reformed my core based on stuff that he has said. So I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be great. I want to switch to one thing if you can before you go. And that is something that's going to be new at your gym that I'm stoked about, which is MJ is put out an email this week that on Friday morning, she's going to be starting a mobility class.
Yep.
And that is, music to my ears. She's something I'm really excited. She's a great trainer.
Yes.
And a lot of enthusiasm, very creative, but also something that whenever you do it, you go, God, we should do more of that.
Yes.
So now it's really cool that you're going to have that. So I wanted to congratulate you, because I think I really like that idea.
It is a great idea. And it's funny, I don't know how old MJ is, but she's kind of middle-aged, right? It's funny how it usually takes till about someone gets in their middle age and they get to be really focused on mobility, because that's another one where you start to lose your mobility, in your early parts of your middle age into your older age, if you're not actively working on it. The body will take that away from you if you don't keep working it. So mobility classes are a really, really cool thing. And I actually I personally like mobility classes even better than yoga, and I'm a huge fan of yoga, but yoga typically goes through a prescribed set of moves, whether they're really important or good or not. There's kind of like this, they have these series of different moves. They're yoga moves, and some of them can be kind of extreme in the range of motions that they produce, where a mobility class, if it's well thought out and well designed, kind of picks more what everybody needs to work on. There's certain areas everybody's kind of tight in, a bunch of shoulders, some of that kind of stuff that pretty much everybody needs.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be great. I'm really excited for her to be teaching that.
Yep. Cool. So thanks for that. And then a week from today is the Big Muscles for Mel's. It's one of those dates that always seems so far out there. And, it's going to come someday. All of a sudden, it's the week from today, for God's sakes.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people are excited about that, and the athletes are such great people that it's just going to be cool.
Yeah, it is. And just to remind your viewers, that is next Saturday. It is a charity event for Mel's Charity that we're hosting at the Former Fitness Health Club location in Grafton, and the entire community is invited. We would love to have people who are non-members come. We have, I think, 4 or 5 different group exercise classes that we're running. It's $20 to take one of the classes. All the $20 gets donated to Mel's. And we have all kinds of different classes going. We got a boot camp class. We have a mobility class. We have a boot camp kind of class. We got a dance class and a senior strength class. So 5 different classes. And then after the classes are done, the Special Olympic athletes are putting on a powerlifting demo for us on the deadlift, which we've talked about that a lot today. So, we'll make sure that those guys are all doing good form on their deadlifts.
That'll be great. That'll be great.
Totally.
Looking forward to that. Very cool. All right, man. You got anything else you want to say?
Nope.
That's it. You don't want to talk to me anymore? That's it?
We got it all out. It's
good. Well, it's always good to see you. We missed a couple of weeks, so we've missed this. But you always bring practical stuff, which I appreciate.
I try to.
Yeah, you do it. You do it well. You do it well. All right, cool. Well, have a great week and keep those kids informed. So I'm sure you will. I'm sure they know all about it. Thanks to Dr. Ben. So cool. Thank you. Have a great week and look forward to you next week.
We'll see you next